You're listening to Therapy for Your Money, a podcast about all things money and finance for therapy practice owners. If you want to feel confident and in control of your financial life, then you've come to the right spot. I'm your host, Julie Harris. I'm an accountant and the owner of Green Oak Accounting. My firm specializes in working with private practices across the U.S., and my team and I have worked with hundreds of private practice owners. I'm on a mission to share all the best practices I've learned along the way because I want you to have a profitable private practice. My new book, Profit First for Therapists, is available at most online retailers. You can get it in paperback, audiobook, or ebook as well. Go check it out. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Therapy for Your Money. Today's episode is going to be a little bit of a rant. This came from an actual client situation that came up last week as of the day of the recording, and I am just fired up when people don't take good care of their clients. So I want to talk today about cash balance plans. That's a type of retirement plan. I'm using retirement in air quotes because it's not like the traditional retirement vehicles that you are used to hearing about. I would also throw defined benefit plans into this category. And so they do have their place in the market, but they are not typically plans that most people should have. And so this is the situation that happened. Our client has a group practice, a few full-time W-2 clinicians, and has a few $1,000s per year that they want to contribute to a retirement plan. So they went to their financial planner to say, hey, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'd like to do. And this financial planner suggested a cash balance plan. That is not in the best interest of the business owner. And honestly, it is madness. I am really fired up because this is absolutely not the first thing that the business owner should be doing when they have a few $1,000s per year to contribute. This is the last thing I would suggest. Actually, I would personally never suggest that, right? I'm an accountant, not a financial planner, so I don't actually spend a lot of time recommending specific retirement plans, but I do spend a lot of time, my team and I, talking about the different options available to business owners. So this specific client, again, a few $1,000s per year to contribute, a few W-2 clinicians. This is a situation where a 401k or an IRA, which is a personal retirement account, would have been a really, really great option. It's a solid option. It's flexible, low cost to maintain, very accessible. There's a tax benefit to it. But do you know why this financial planner didn't even suggest the 401k or the IRA? It's because of commission, money. They are going to make way more money by selling this client on a cash balance plan, and they make basically almost no money by opening a 401k. Financial planners don't love opening 401ks because they don't make a whole lot of money. A cash balance plan has high fees. It's very, very expensive to administer, and the planner makes a whole lot of money. Again, this is my podcast, so I'm going to give you my opinion. This should be criminal. A financial planner should be required to provide multiple options to their client to explain the cost of each one, but also to recommend the one that is actually best for the client and not best for the financial planner. That is not right. If you're working with a financial planner and something they suggest feels uncomfortable, I want to give you 3 questions that you can ask them to get your spidey senses either back to feeling comfortable, where you're like, okay, I understand what's going on here, and I think this is a good idea, or for you to say, I don't think this person has my best interests at heart. I'm going to run. Question 1, what are the alternatives to the item that you are suggesting? What are some of the alternatives? How much do they cost? What are they? Can you tell me more about them? I personally think the financial planner relationship should be an educational one. They should be telling you about how it works, how you get in, how you get out, that kind of thing. They should be telling you about the fees. Are there flat annual fees and a percentage fee, right? How does that part work? Are the fees upfront for this product? In Investment products that have high commissions, usually there are a lot of fees up front. So you're actually not growing your money for multiple years typically. But so they should be explaining those things to you so that you can understand how it's going to work. Question number two is, how do you, as a financial planner, get paid on this product? If they give you a clear answer, that is helpful. If they give you the runaround, that is not a good sign. They should be able to tell you how they get paid and how much. If they're just saying something like, oh, don't worry about it, you're not going to have to pay it, that's not a good answer, right? They're getting paid, of course, by the plan, the administrator, but how much, you do want to understand what that is. And listen, the financial planner should be getting paid. Everyone who does good work and helps their client should get paid. But you also should understand how they are getting paid as well. That is a reasonable question to ask. And then question number three, and this is a really important one. I want you to ask, what happens if I decide later down the road that this product isn't for me? What happens to the funds I have invested? What happens? What are there fees for terminating this product, which sometimes happen, right? That's a really surprising thing. So let's dig into that third question. What happens if I decide later down the road this product is not for me? Um, Another thing that's really horrible about cash balance plans is that they have those really high fees. That means the first several years that you're putting money in, there's very little return. So if you decide 1, 2, 3, 5 years down the line that this product is not serving you anymore, and you decide we're going to move to something else, right? Maybe your team has grown and it's super expensive to administer. You have to put funds in for each one of your employees. And maybe you decide, you know what, this doesn't make financial sense. We can't afford this. We have to do something different that has an employee contribution, for example, right? Like, again, 401k. Then you decide to close that plan down. There's a really good chance that you're not getting your money back because the money that you put in those first few years went directly to pay those high fees and the commission. Your money is gone. So you're closing it down and there's nothing left for you. But what happens if you instead open up a 401k that is a low fee plan and you decide the 401k isn't working for you? Maybe you're going to a different retirement vehicle. What happens then? Your money is yours. It stays in the 401k. It is stuck there until you're 59 and a half when you can withdraw without penalties, right? So it is kind of stuck in that parking lot of investment, but it is your money. It goes up and down with the stock market and it is there, all yours. You can roll it over into another retirement vehicle. That is something that you're able to do. You can just leave it, right? You can have multiple 401ks, even if you said, you know what, I'm closing the practice or I sold the practice. This is, we no longer need to contribute to this 401k. It still can stay there and you can go work for someone else, start a 401k with them, right? That's not a big deal. You can have multiple of those. I'm a fan of simple when it comes to finances. I only invest in things that I understand. And sometimes that's going to take some homework on my side, right? I only use items that I understand how the basic mechanics work. So I might have to do some research or some reading or talk to a financial professional or two or three until I get to feel comfortable with it. But simple is good. When someone is explaining a financial product like it's the best thing since sliced bread, my automatic reaction is to be skeptical. Because if you have to sell it to me that hard, why is that? And if no one else is talking about it or doing it, it's not usually because everyone else just has not heard about it yet. And, only the secret few get access to this. That's not how things work in the world of social media. And so there's usually a good reason why no one is doing that out there. When it comes to adding a retirement benefit in your business, I'm a big fan of keeping it really simple and going with a provider that integrates with your payroll system. You may know by now, I'm a huge fan of Gusto. I think they're the best payroll system out there, and they integrate beautifully with multiple 401ks. They integrate with Guideline, Human Interest, Betterment, and Vestwell. So you actually have 4 different options available to you. I personally use Guideline for my team. Back in the day, Guideline was the only option that integrated with Gusto. Now, there are a lot of other ones, but I like Guideline because it's really easy for the team member to join the 401k plan. It's very user friendly and it's completely integrated. I don't need to go in, make manual contributions. It all happens automatically behind the scene. And it's a really, really low cost. It's very affordable and it costs almost nothing for us to manage. And that is a really, really good thing. Because for most of us out here in the real world, right, business owners just in the trenches doing the thing that aren't making millions and millions of dollars each year, a low cost product is going to serve us really well. It's going to allow you to take great care of yourself, great care of your employees, and support you and your team members in retirement. Now, going back to cash balance plans, as you can probably see, I do not like them. There are probably some situations where these plans do make sense. Those are going to be the exception, though, and not the rule. Those are going to be situations where there is a very high profit business with few team members. I'm talking the business owner is making in profit, not income, profit $5 million a year with 4 or 5 team members. Okay, maybe in that case, a cash balance plan could make sense because you have so much free cash flow available to put into a plan like that. But in a case where you have less than the amount you would even need to max out a 401k, which in 2024, that amount is $23,000. So if you have less than $23,000 per year as the business owner to contribute to a retirement plan, there's absolutely no reason you should be looking at anything other than a simple 401k, a 401k, some of those traditional solutions. You absolutely should not be looking at a cash balance plan. And if anyone tries to force you into it, you need to run away. Do not walk, run. This is my soapbox and I will die on this hill. I have very strong feelings about that. So luckily, this specific story ends well. When the financial planner suggested a cash balance plan, the client of my firm reached out to her accounting team and had a conversation with them where we raised some red flags and said, like, hey, this is not what we would recommend. Let's talk through the situation. The team actually got on a call with the financial planner and the cash balance guy. And guess what? They were not very happy campers, the financial planner and the cash balance guy, when we got off that call, because we advocated for our client and this is not the right thing for our client. The client realized during that call, oh, wait, yeah, what I do want actually is a 401k. I want something that's simple, that's integrated, that my team members are going to be able to contribute to as well. Yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds nice and simple. And that is what I would like to do. So they were not happy about us being on that call. And honestly, I don't care because it's not about them making their commission. This is about taking care of small business owners and not allowing them to get taken advantage of. That is not right. It's not illegal, but it should be. And I will keep doing this work to make sure that business owners have the information they need and have the knowledge they need to make good business decisions for themselves, for their business, and for their employees. If you want to see those 3 questions to ask your financial planner again, go to the show notes and you can grab those right there. I'm also going to put in there my affiliate link for Gusto. No pressure, but if you use my link to sign up and actually run payroll, you're going to get a $100 gift card from Gusto just for joining. So if you're interested in that, go check it out so that you can then take advantage of all of their integrated 401k options. Low cost, high value to you. That's the way to go. See you next time.
The information contained in this podcast represents the host and guest's general opinions and should not be construed as personalized accounting and tax advice. Listeners should consider all facts and circumstances before applying this information and seek appropriate advice from an accountant, financial planner, lawyer, or other professional. Any info provided does not constitute accounting, tax, or legal advice.